10 phrases that malicious people and narcissists use to insult and offend you. There are 10 sentences that do it so subliminally and ingeniously that you may not notice it immediately, but they still pull you down. In this video, I introduce you to these 10 nasty sentences, and at the end I also tell you how you can effectively defend yourself against them. So make sure to stay tuned until the end. Now you might ask, why would a malicious or narcissistic person indirectly offend me? Wouldn't it suit him if he openly insulted me? It all depends on what phase you are in with him. The rule applies: the longer this person knows you, the more he assumes that he already got you. The more he will resort to direct insults. He won't start until he's sure you're going to put up with it. But where can the person take this security from, if he has not known you for that long? When he doesn't know very well how you're reacting. Now he has only one goal. He wants to find out if you would be a good victim for him, and so he will slowly increase the dose of verbal poison. First, he observes how you react to the first sentences. If you don't do anything now, if you put up with it, then he deduces from that. Yes, I can go one step further. And one more. And one more. And at some point, you find yourself in hell and he heats it up. That means you have to set your limits very early on. If you see through him and his game in time, you can prevent this trap from snapping shut in the first place. The narcissist and other malicious people hate to see their mean remarks being exposed and confidently rejected. Whoever turns out to be a difficult victim in the initial phase, in most cases they let go and look for an easier victim. And now I'm going to show you the 10 typical phrases used by narcissists and other mean people. And I'll tell you the 3-step strategy afterwards. A strategy with which you can effectively defend yourself against all these sentences. First sentence. Are you really sure? That's a phrase that people like to use to unsettle you. It means, of course indirectly, you're talking nonsense here. Think again and find out you know nothing. You are a loser. You're a nobody, but I got that knowing. Sentence 2. Don't take everything so personally. This sentence means, I can insult you, I can attack you, I can put you down, but if you feel bad about it, it's not me, it's you. That means the blame is shifted here, and you should ask yourself whether something is wrong with you, and that is very perfidious. The 3 steps at the end of this video will help you to defend yourself reasonably and effectively. Sentence 3. For your standards, that was really good. Whoever says that to you means that you're second rate. Someone for whom mitigating circumstances must apply. Someone who doesn't really have what it takes. This is how you talk to a child who is perhaps just learning a foreign language. That means he puts himself over you and he secretly wants to put you down. That can work quite well with such a poison compliment. Fourth sentence. This one is very subliminal. People who understand something about the topic see it differently than you. Translated, that means, you have absolutely no idea about this subject. You are a layman and just want to show off here. You should take me as a role model, because I know about it. I am a great expert. So he's above you again and you're worse than him. This is how narcissists and other difficult people like to act, because they feel safe from a high position and high status. You can easily smack them down, and that brings us to the 5th sentence. You look bad and confused. When someone tells you this, at first glance it seems like he cares about you. But in reality the intention is quite different. He just wants to upset you. Because when someone says that, you start to wonder if that's really true. And then you will also find reasons that confirm this. And that lowers your self-confidence. Which leads to the narcissist getting over you again. This is a very mean game. You should definitely look at the following 5 sentences before we come to the counter strategy. The 6th sentence. That was just a joke. This sentence is often appended when the person has said something mean at you. So it wasn't meant serious at all if he made a joke about your clothes or a joke about your education. But in reality, of course, it's all meant seriously. Because he wants to tell you subliminally that you are worth less than him. That he gets to poke fun at your expense and that he's on top again. Sentence 7. You're overreacting. That's what the malicious person says to you in a situation where you might just express your feelings. For example, I don't feel like I've been treated right. That's an overreaction for him. It's always the same pattern. The problem is never him, it's always you. And whenever you react or fight back, it's portrayed as an overreaction. Sentence 8. You're just imagining it all. For example, if you say you feel unfairly treated, you will get this response. You're just imagining it all. Another example is if he pushed you, he says he didn't touch you. This is the worst thing that can happen to you. And it happens with narcissists quite often. In technical jargon, this is called gaslighting. This is systematic abuse in which the victim is manipulated to such an extent that they doubt their own perception and feel like they are going insane. Above all, it is very, very important that you see through this and reject it in good time. 2 more sentences left to the defensive strategies, which also work very well with this sentence. Sentence 9. You should see a psychologist. This is a sentence that is very often spoken in relationships. Narcissists say that more often than average. Why? Because he wants to express that you lost your marbles. I have no problems, but you are mentally ill. Your perception, your sensitivity, your upbringing is the problem. You are the problem. You're imagining things and should seek psychological help. So he puts himself higher again and you lower. The last and 10th sentence. Without me you would be poor. This sentence suggests a dependency on him. It's actually the other way around. Because a narcissist feeds on other people. He always needs the reflection that other people throw back at him. Otherwise he doesn't believe that he still exists. With this sentence he talks you into a dependency that doesn't even exist. Now we come to the defense strategies. I break it down into 3 steps. First step. Uncover subliminal disparagements immediately. When the narcissist says, "Are you really sure?" Then ask back, "Do you doubt my perception?" When he says, "By your standards, that was really good." Then ask him, "Are you saying that you're in a higher league than me?" And if he says you should see a psychologist, then ask, "Do you want to tell me that you are perfect and complete? And only with me is something wrong?" And so on. Once you uncover the covert attack and manipulation, the narcissist will backtrack and his respect for you and your resistance will grow. Step 2. Send an Imessage. Let's take the covert attack example. Instead of, "I feel belittled," you can say, "It offends me if you give me the impression that I have a psychological problem." Because narcissists fear such statements about feelings. He knows that such communication requires inner strength. Strength they don't have themselves. And in the 3rd step you set a limit and announce a consequence. Example. I don't have mental problems just because I behave differently than you expect of me. I expect you to respect my personality, otherwise I don't want to see you anymore. This is clear language that signals to the narcissist or the difficult person that he has seen through. Now people who have only a slight tendency towards narcissism can say, to work on themselves and maybe want to improve. But extreme narcissists and really difficult people are clearly put off by such a return fire. And that's the best thing that can ever happen to you. If you liked the video, give it a like. Please subscribe to this channel and preferably with a bell, so you always get a notification when there are new and interesting videos. Until next time, at Mindsword.